And Jeremy, everybody looking at the forecast for tomorrow, making sure it doesn't rain on their parades.
Yeah, well, it's a possibility that it could, but the good news is the chance is low. So hopefully it stays that way.
All right.
That's how it's looking now. It's 20% at this point. We'll get to all the details in just a minute. Today was a nice warm day, though, dry for the parades today and any other fiesta activities you may have attended. Tomorrow, mostly dry, too. Take a look outside. Downtown San Antonio, Skycam showing that. A nice quiet night, but it's a warm and muggy one out there. After a very warm day with highs in the upper 80s and lower to middle 90s, we're seeing temperatures in the 70s and 80s now. Bring on the numbers. We've got an 81. Factor in the humidity. It feels like 83 outside. That is the heat index. We're going to be watching that for the next several days. Dew point at 67. The closer that is to the air temperature, the higher the humidity and the higher the feels like temperature. So it's up there, 62%. It's going to be higher tomorrow morning. It's going to be a muggy start to the day. And it's going to stay that way for the next week or so. This is the humidity forecast, staying in the 66 to 70 degree range all the way through next Wednesday, then dropping off a little bit by the end of next week. But that means it's going to feel muggy and a little uncomfortable during the afternoons, especially, and in the mornings, just a little oppressive when you step outside. Now it's not too bad temperature-wise, though. If only we had lower humidity. That's just not the case. Del Rio, one of the warm spots, 83 degrees. Rock Springs, 73. San Marcos at 78. Austin sitting up there at 81. Gonzales, 78. Floresville at 80. Pleasant at 79. Pearsall, Cotulla, both at 82. Uvalde and Hondo, both sitting at 75. We did have one shower pop up not too far from Fredericksburg about a couple of hours ago. That just dwindled away really quickly. That was all the atmosphere could muster today. We've got nothing to be seen on the radar here. It is a dry night if you take out that humidity. Water vapor showing that huge spin up here in southern Canada and northern part of the lower 48 in the U.S. Attached to that's a cold front that clipped its way through northeastern Texas, parts of Oklahoma, and the Arklatex earlier tonight. Sparked some tornado watches there, too. But for most of Texas, our weather is very calm. The flow is called zonal, pretty much moving directly west to east, and that usually doesn't aid in storm development. We have the moisture. We just need a trigger. It's just not out there right now. Tomorrow, though, the Storm Prediction Center does have areas to the west of San Antonio, including the Hill Country, down towards Eagle Pass, and a marginal risk for severe storms. That's a level 1 out of 5. The main threat, if any storm does form, would be large hail. Brief heavy downpours and strong wind, but the large hail is the main threat. But that would be few and far between. Very isolated in nature. We'll keep our eyes on it. Here's the Futurecast. We'll walk you through it. Starts you out tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. We'll wake up in the morning with mostly cloudy skies, temperatures mostly in the 70s. And it's going to feel very muggy out there tomorrow morning. By the afternoon, we break into some sunshine. But here we are at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Dry line setting up in our western counties. East of the dry line, the moist, unstable air. Behind it, the dry air, where the two meet up. That's the clash of the air masses. That's where we could have some storms forming late in the afternoon or early in the evening in our western counties. Notice, though, they dwindle away as soon as sunset arrives. So anything that does form would be very isolated, very quick. So even if it happens in downtown San Antonio during Flambeau, it would not last long. It's all out of here by 10. And we dry out. We see temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Then we start Sunday morning the same way, mostly cloudy, a little drizzle possible in the morning, very muggy, temperatures in the 70s. But in the afternoon, less of a chance for rain. You don't see anything here on the future radar. And we'll pretty much do the same thing on Monday. And in the afternoons, look at those high temperatures well into the 90s. We've got some low 100s in our southern counties on Monday. And it's going to be a hot beginning and middle of the work week. So for tonight, warm and muggy, that stray storm chance pretty much out of here. Temperatures already dropping through the 80s into the 70s. Tomorrow, 83 by noon, partly cloudy. A chance for that very isolated thunderstorm late in the day. High temperature of 91 degrees. 91 again on Sunday. Drier, though. Monday, 93. Had to bump up Tuesday to 94 with a 10 to 20% chance of rain. Next Tuesday all the way through Friday. And then a cold front comes in Friday to cool us back into the 80s. Next weekend looks great. Partly cloudy. High temperatures only in the low 80s. We warm up for the rest of that forecast.